step forward and become convicted as they are, you can know that this is a sign for good. That's why I say that there are many signs now which show that this crisis will be really effectively driven back. But also alongside that incarceration, there was also, I think, a happy sign when I saw at the court, as the women were being released, many members of parliament from different parties, including the leader of opposition, many NUP MPs, FDC MPs, come together to support the women activists in what was going on. It started to demonstrate the spirit of Tuegate Turumbe. So it is coming on. And I must thank the members of parliament that came to show that solidarity and support at the courts. Now, I think it will be unfair to leave the prison interlude without touching a few things about the prison itself. Step forward and become convicted as they are, you can know that this is a sign for good. That's why I say that there are many signs now which show that this crisis will be really effectively driven back. But also alongside that incarceration, there was also, I think, a happy sign when I saw at the court, as the women were being released, many members of parliament from different parties, including the leader of opposition, many NUP MPs, FDC MPs, come together to support the women activists in what was going on. It started to demonstrate the spirit of Tuegate Turumbe. So it is coming on. And I must thank the members of parliament that came to show that solidarity and support at the courts. Now, I think it will be unfair to leave the prison interlude without touching a few things about the prison itself. First of all, I must say that while in prison, and I have been there many times, different prisons, Ruzira, the different types of Ruzira. I've been to Nakasongola, I've been to Moroto, I've been to some of these prisons, and I have been well treated wherever I have gone. And I am grateful to the prison's officers who look after us well. The only thing I complain about is that every effort is done to isolate me while in prison, so that I don't interact with other prisoners. In fact, I more or less become a prisoner within the prison. And if a prisoner somehow manages to sneak through and get to me, they are also put under prison, within the prison. For example, there was another activist, Boembo Habib, whom I found there. He was very excited, of course, to learn that I had come, so he came to greet me and was seen with me. That was before they imposed the strict cordon around me. And that was the end of seeing him. He was taken to a prison within the prison. So there is that, but otherwise, I think we are handled professionally and fairly. But there are very serious problems within the prisons. And I think it's important that we also talk about them. One of them is the inhuman overcrowding. Terrible overcrowding. People sleep on top of others, literally. And while I was in Maction Bay, one of the prisoners died at night in the ward. And there is even no alarm system in the ward. So once there is a lockdown and prisoners are locked down at 4 p.m., everybody is locked down in their wards until 6:30 in the morning or 7 when they open. There is no communication between the ward and their prisoners for labor. A remand prisoner is an innocent person under the law. They must be presumed innocent. They are only being held so that they can be availed to court whenever they are needed for trial. In other words, they should live as free, as normal a life as any other citizen. The duty of the prison is only to ensure that they come to court. But otherwise, they should even leave phones with them and all other things that they need. There is no reason why they shouldn't. They are ordinary people whom somebody simply has alleged something. But prisoners, and that's why, so even putting on prison uniform should be optional for remands. But as soon as you land, even if it's at night, they must put you in the yellow uniform. You know? But more importantly, using these remand people as labor. Forced labor. While I was in prison, a prison's truck carrying prisoners going to work on people's farms, because people rent prisoners to go and work on their farms. A prison's truck that was carrying prisoners to go and work on their farm got an accident, and 5 prisoners died, including remand prisoners. Getting a hearing, including political prisoners. There are many political prisoners. The prisoners who were arrested in 2020 during the campaigns, they are still there. Most of the political prisoners who are rotting in jails are managed by the court-martial. The military court-martial is the vehicle that is being used or abused to incarcerate citizens, ordinary citizens who have never had anything to do with the military, who have not been arrested with guns or anything, but simply because they are politically opposed to the regime, they are grabbed, taken to the military court-martial, remanded. Many are still there. Those who were arrested in 2020, they are still in no trial, nothing, under the military court-martial. I found one in Maction Bay called Muhaidin Kakoza. I think he's also known as Sanya. He's been there since 2020, charged on the same file with 30 others in the court martial. Now, I think this is a terrible thing that all citizens must be aware of and must challenge so that we put an end to it. Everybody's potential to suffering this kind of injustice.